Hello and welcome back to the League of Legends 2v2 tournament second wind, brought to you by Endgame Gear and Overclockers UK. We're back for the second semi-final. Surprised the first one took so long, but it was a barn burner. If we can go to the bracket, which may be updated, may or may not be updated, we'll get the second one going through. Prussian Blue take it 2-1. Remember, they're the second seed as well, so big upset over, I think, the favorites of the tournament, just two men who kiss. But yeah, they'll be going through, waiting in the finals for this semi-final 2 for Bungus boys going up against Lababes. Should be a very exciting game between the two.
Bungus boys.
I'm not sure if you. So I think you watched the second day, right? So you might have seen the Bungus boys.
I stepped in for like 10 minutes on both days before my internet cut out. So, so I don't know who I saw or what I saw, but I saw a NESA Vigar game. I don't know who that was, but
yeah, could have been anyone. But the Lababes, we don't know. Let's say we don't know much about the Bungus boys. They are the first seed though. Of their group, so they definitely won out. Actually, I did get to watch a bit of their games actually. So they were playing stuff like Lux, just really poke orientated majors, generally. And then you have the Lababes, they're the Hearts boys, the Hearts Varsity boys from before. So those guys were playing stuff like Set, just going really heavy bruiser comps. But we'll see what both teams pull out. I think they're just about ready to go. So we'll get into Champ Select. But after seeing the first set of games, do you think maybe either of these teams have picked up a little bit from any of them? Any of the first teams that played?
I don't know. I hope Ornn remains banned, right? I think that's something that's important to note. I think having actually seen the Annie brand, if it hasn't been seen since now, maybe it's made people realize it is viable.
Yeah.
I think it takes a specific Watley to be able to counter it with Warwick, because that's such a niche thing. But I think what's ultimately the most important thing is that Bungus Boys is a funny name, so I'm rooting for them.
I mean, Bungus Boys is quite a funny name. I feel like they generally have had more like wacky comps. They've been playing a bunch more. I think less of the Holy Four, I would say. They've been playing more weird, wonderful
Holy
comps.
Four.
Holy Four. We'll call them that. But we'll see. As we can see, the first bands come through. It's Caitlyn and Morgana coming out from the Bungus boys. And
let me note down the what would you define as the Holy Four? Sorry. So you've got Ornn,
Heimerdinger,
Nasus,
and then who was the last one?
It's either Akali or Senna.
I think Akali, not Senna, but that would be.
Senna got banned a lot, so.
The thing is, I'm not too sure why, because she does get run down. Like
I guess if you let them get close to you. Tam Kench was the Holy Four against Watley.
Yeah. So. Zyra
gets banned in every single game as well. I'm actually
realizing
Zyra
Zyra is pretty strong. Like the amount of damage she can do when paired up with something like Heimerdinger is actually insane. Tristana.
Oh, I love that. Please do an all-in comp.
And I told you they play weird and wacky stuff. I'm not sure if the Lababes is necessarily ready for that. And honestly, Tristana is such a homogenous pick that you don't really know what they're going for yet. So I really like that.
Here's one, a combo which we actually see down bot lane, so I don't know why we don't see it anymore. Taliyah Pantheon is disgusting. If you get caught by a Taliyah W, you die.
So I think the only problem with that is if they pick a bruiser.
Yeah.
If they pick a bruiser, you can't delete them that quickly. So if they pick Darius, I think Darius actually just survives it.
I think you still can delete them very, very quickly, if I'm honest.
I don't think it's that good into squishies, especially early. But I'm not squishy, sorry. What's it called?
Dude, Taliyah's base damages and Pantheon's base damages
they are good. They
nuts. They are so dumb. The problem is you don't have the 2v2 kill. You just have the guaranteed 1 kill. And if they then come back and then outscale you, then you have your issues. Just something worth mentioning. I don't know what it's.
I mean, Olaf coming through from the coming through for the Bungus boys. That is such a weird pick. And honestly, I think we're going to see him run down this brand if he gets a chance.
I think it's going to be the set.
The set, really?
I don't see you getting to the brand past the set, right? So it has to be the set that you focus down. It's got to be, right?
What stops him from just like actually ulting you away from your teammate once you jump in, or once you try to walk in? Not the Olaf, the Tristana, I think, because she's gonna want to jump in on whoever she goes on. I think that's.
But how's she gonna jump past set to get to brand?
I don't know. It is a weird combination of characters. I don't know how I feel about it. I think set brand is like it's whatever. I don't know how well it's gonna do into Tristana, who can just like jump away from everything.
Tristana first pick, I will be honest, looks garbage. That's not a first pick.
There was a lot more on the board, I would say.
It's not a first pick. It's not a blind pick. That's for certain.
I just don't know what they're gonna do. Like, yeah, you can run into set, and then he grits up and punches.
Annie was available here. Annie was available instead of set. I like the set, but Annie works better probably.
I agree. I think it's more about comfortability. So I know these two. I don't think either. I think Kinto Hishito plays some Annie. But Kitsune is classic small brain ADC main. He doesn't play anything but auto attackers. So I don't know if he's played Annie. But how hard could it be? LS says it's easy as hell.
You press E and then that's it, right?
Yeah.
The key to set is hold W as long as possible. That's the key to the champion. Once you got that, then he's still as broken as when you didn't know that, but he happens to be even better.
And the thing is, like you said, they have to sort of jump on the set because they can't get past him to get to the brand. And if they do that, he's gonna have 100 grit. He's gonna punch you back in the face with all of that damage.
So here's the world I see, which works for blue side, right? Olaf is gonna run snowball, and he lands a snowball on brand, and brand isn't close to his turret. Yeah,
there's a lot of conditions.
It's dependent on far too many things, which is why I'm not a fan of it. I like Olaf into set as a combo, because obviously Olaf can just ignore set. He can't be altered, or if he can and it doesn't do anything, and he can go past the E. The problem is it's Olaf and Tristana, so then the Tristana can't get past the set. So then the Olaf isn't going to be able to run down the brand and kill him before he gets under the safety of his turrets. Then Olaf might as well not run past set.
See, the thing is, I think it could have just been a Nasus or something. Like, it could have been one of the quote-unquote Holy Four. Nasus was the other one I was thinking of, by the way. It could have been one of the quote-unquote Holy Four to come down. And it would have made this comp, I think, a lot better. I think Tristana is a bit weird. And, like, you're sort of in a situation where, like, you want Tristana to die, otherwise she's going to fall off super hard. Because she scales with
she does get a lot of damage from a fully charged E, and obviously one of them have pressed the attack to amp up the teammates' damage. But the problem is I think they're just forced to focus set here. Unless Kinto Hishito just positions like a monkey,
he's been known to do that. So
right, okay.
Don't put it out of your head. I think we're just getting into the loading screen now, but just a reminder before we get into it, you guys can join that giveaway. Just put in chat by Mothership. Giveaway! Yes! Cheers! Go! Enter! You could win! Make sure you guys enter that. And a big shout out to the people that are bringing this 2v2 tournament to us, Overclockers and Endgame Gear. Go buy their merch and whatnot. Just gonna have a look at the runes.
Yeah, let's look at the runes.
Halo Blades expected.
I don't think I like Conqueror on Kitsune. I think if the fight's going to last long enough for the Conqueror to come into play, it'll be too late and you'll be too low by that point already. I would have preferred something faster, probably Aftershock, if I'm honest.
Remember when I said he was a small brain AD main? He probably wasn't thinking about that, and he let his Blitz GG work.
If not Aftershock, just something fast. You can make the argument that Aftershock wouldn't work because of Olaf's immunity. This is a very early fight, but this is where the set comes in. Notice how he's the one that's being focused, by the way.
I think that was and I remember seeing in the chat a distinct quote from Kitsune was, "We will make it fun."
Yes, But wait till level 6.
Yes, please.
Like,
because that's
wait
when
till
you
Brand
start
has
killing
ult.
them.
Yeah.
But we'll see. What's the damage? You see Flash gone down for Tristana and Set. Not really important for Tristana, I don't think. For now,
no.
She'll get back
Tristana's
before
not
set
going to
6.
be... Not going to be the focus. I shouldn't think.
What am I watching? You small brain ape! Wait,
what was the direction of that? I think Tristana dies here, by the way, if she doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's the 1-for-1.
Okay. This is actually really good for the Lababes because now Tristana comes back with Ethel. So she's not ever gonna scale better than she is now.
No.
Right? But at the same time, I feel like they could have just waited. Like, this doesn't seem necessary.
Here's the thing. You're going to reach level 6, and the set isn't going to die to the all-in, and then Brand Ultimate is just going to melt the Tristana on the backline. Or at least melt maybe the Olaf. He's obviously going to be a tankier boy, and have the life steal and his ultimate and his passive and everything hitting up against the set. But Set, as you see, very wisely bought a Bramble Vest. So I really highly value this set, actually. I still feel like Annie would have been a good option. Double ranged against Olaf is pretty good. But, yeah.
The concern is once he gets 6, what stops him from just walking past with the CC?
That is true.
And I would say the damage.
You hug your tower at that point is the thing. And that's okay because you don't need the CS. So, strategically speaking. But, yeah, that being said, I still think the set is very, very effective. I don't take that much issue with it.
Well, level 6 is coming through. We're going to see... I need to know the name of this. The Showstopper. It will come in eventually for this set. Brand Ultimate as well. Tristana will get that eventually. And
the Ignite on Lodge, he's just a sitting duck. Right?
Yeah.
Like, especially now that they have level 6 is coming through. If they
they're looking.
If they took care, they know that Lodge doesn't have his. Right, you just walk away.
Yep. As they did, and they burnt the most important cooldown, and now they're going to walk up and advance. Tristana W is down for 10 more seconds.
Tristana flashes back up. There's the Set can actually cancel. I think it's probably very, very difficult, so I wouldn't expect it to happen, but I'm pretty sure Set can cancel Tristana's jump. You can technically also cancel her ultimate if you time yours to absorb it. So there's lots of counterplay here. This is just feeding more into why I'm so confused about the blind pick Tristana. I just don't know what it was aiming for.
The thing is, another important cooldown is down. That Olaf ulti, so he now becomes another viable target to blow up.
He does.
But
only for a small period of time, and flashes back up on Tristana as well. So it's kind of like tit for tat. But this is far too close to turret. You shouldn't be looking for a fight here.
Small brain. But it was such a weird engage to start off with. Like, I'm sure we'll eventually get a replay of it. I'm gonna put Mothership on the spot. Let's see if they can somehow get a replay.
Can you do a replay?
Can you do a replay?
No.
Bonus objective. Okay, Mothership has responded and told me to F off. But we'll look back here at some point and figure out what had happened there. But it was a very, very strange engage. It's really messy.
It's a very strange direction for the Set W as well, originally, by the way, the first fight.
Yeah, he threw it backwards at his own brand. It was like, okay, friend?
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Again, I'm pretty sure Lodge just dies instantaneously, like, after the Set tanks up the bulk of the damage, and then the brand's able to get in range for the Tristana. And if the Tristana doesn't let Brand get in range because she's saving abilities and such, then Set's not going to die. So, but I think very importantly, red side do need to be kind of hugging their turret.
As they are.
The only threat is being run down by Olaf, right? And then you do sort of have the threat of Tristana's turret presenting at that point, but you can like flash E as Set if she's close enough that she's hitting the turret. So I don't think it's an issue. I think he should be looking for it right now, like a flash E.
They are posturing up, and I do agree. Like, while they're standing next to the minions, perfect time to jump in, go for that flash E, see if you can burn some summoner spells. But I think this is a really weird one. They're at stalemate right now.
Blue team shouldn't be pushing. I actually don't think. This is something which, when you realize it, next time you play your ARAMs, if you have a comp that doesn't want the opponent under tower to fight them, just leave the minions. Like it's just so simple. But
the thing is, ARAM minions are really volatile as well. Like as soon as you have more, that's it. That's pushing it.
They swing.
Like, they are going for it. Oh, the stumble lands. Oh, he managed to get him in the ultimate. But Brand is being effed in the back.
Yeah, I don't like that. Far too deep. You're not trying to assassinate the Tristana here. You're just trying to ensure that the Brand stays alive until the Tristana gets in range of the Brand and he can blow her up. Okay, well, there you go. Moving on swiftly to game 2.
Yeah, because that was just a series of misplays in sequence.
Yeah, starting with the first pick. Unfortunate to be said, but the Tristana first pick is not good. It's not good, I'm afraid.
The thing is, if you wanted a tower pusher, pick Ziggs, because he does it better.
But don't go for a tower pusher.
Like, exactly. Like, there's no scenario where I think Tristana does the best at what they wanted to do. I'm still trying to think.
Yeah. If the rules were 1 tower, not 2, I can see the value in a Tristana. But that's not the case. I don't think that's an effective strategy. So I want to see changes being made. And again, the set was good. The set was good. That doesn't mean set is always good though. Absolutely. And also the way that the set was being played wasn't ideal either.
Bruv, he left his Brand alone. And honestly, maybe if Quinto Hishto wasn't aware of it, like if he wasn't, spatially aware of his situation, he might have tried to go in assist him and then died to the Olaf. Because that Olaf ulted and started running at me. He had to burn flash. That was nearly very dicey for the Lababes, but they'll take that first game, go into the second pick and ban phase. And what adjustments do you want to see here apart from the Tristana? What adjustments
don't
do you want to see
plan on blue side? Dude, your pick. You get to pick the Ornn. You shouldn't be banning it. Make your opponent do it. Okay, whatever. Adjustments. So there's value in Brand. Brand is a bannable champion. He's a pickable champion. Okay. So I want to see some sort of something go on there at least. He might be first pickable. That's something worth considering.
The Holy Four actually looks like it's opening up to new members. Like there's so many so many more champs coming into play, and that's the joy of 2v2, right? You get to see so many picks come into play. The set being banned away, we'll see what they pick here. Renekton, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, set wasn't the problem, so I don't like that as a ban. Renekton coming through is good. On the board right now, there is Senna, Heimer, Nasus, Akali, and Brand.
I think you pick Brand here, to be honest. You punish this Renekton every time he goes in. Poppy is a direct counter pick to the Renekton.
It is. It is a direct counter for stopping him from getting onto your carries in team fights. It does not stop him from killing you in a 2v2. Unless you're now going to pair it with a carry who needs protecting, who is going to do that damage for you.
Yo, I
like
feel
a
Blue
Brand.
Team, if Blue Team... Wait, Camille? No, it was a meme. There's no way. Oh my goodness. I said it in chat. Pick Camille. She's a sleeper OP. It was a joke.
The Poppy's to stop the Renekton getting away now from being killed.
My God. And I love the Trundle pick as well. Trundle stealing her stats. He's going to steal this Poppy stats.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If he can get to 6, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be a very brawly fight.
Yeah. I like this. I really, really like this. This is good. I will say there's going to be armor across the board, right, in all of these runes, and that's going to be more beneficial for the Trundle. And the Poppy better not take Aftershock, because that would be very troll against a Trundle. Haha. I like this. I really like this. And I like Camille is also decent into Trundle as well because of the true damage. So she doesn't care about any stats that he's stealing. I want some anti-heal for sure. I think Poppy is a first item. Bramble Vest isn't a terrible idea. And maybe running Ignite. Well, you should definitely be running Ignite as well. But maybe running Ignite on 2 instead of going Bramble Vest, if you want to go with a better sort of better value for money items, perhaps. I don't know. There's lots of options. This is one of the more interesting drafts that we've seen. I'm really happy with this, actually.
I talk my boys well. I'm thinking about it now.
Stay hydrated.
Yes, sir. This 2v2 is going to be very strange up until level 6. Once we get to level 6, we're probably going to see more engage coming through from the Bungus boys, right? They're going to look to lock someone down in that Poppy. I'm sorry, not Poppy ulti. Camille ulti, and maybe hit Poppy ulti, and then 2v1. I think that's what we might see come out from them.
That actually, yeah.
But at the same time, if you don't, like, these are all big conditions that have to be fulfilled. If you miss the Poppy ulti, that's it. You're now fighting a 2v2 with a Trundle that's stealing your stats and a Renekton who is going to be better than both of these characters.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, Poppy ult is a really interesting interaction as far as a 2v2 because you make it a 1v2. Importantly, you want them near your turret when you do this because diving a team is irrelevant if you're shoving the waves. So I would like to see red side not shoving waves before they look for an engage. Fights pre-6 though, I'm pretty sure Renekton just wins them like for blue side. So I think you maybe just avoid them if you're on the red side.
And the thing is, Trundle is gonna Trundle can take pretty much whatever fight he wants because he's gonna sustain his way through it.
Yeah,
very, very easily. This is gonna be. I think you're right. It's gonna be a very weird 2v2.
I think it might be skill. It might be skill matchup.
It might actually be skill matchup. I think whichever team plays this best or plays their comp best, and plays
you can
towards their
Trundle pillar to stop Camille E. The second part of it.
Yo, if we see that, there is no way we see
right?
That, right?
Like there's tons of interaction going on here, which will be really, really, really interesting to see. So much potential for outplay. I think this one just comes down to the better mechanical team. It's not so much draft unless we're forgetting some sort of interaction that's quite interesting. Renekton, his W breaks shield, so it's going to break Poppy's passive shield or Camille's passive shield.
Yep,
that's something to note. You know, like there's a lot going on.
I'm just looking at both of these teams and I'm like, you've put it all on this, right? I'm looking specifically at the Bungus boys and they're happy to take this. They haven't gone for any of the quote-unquote OPs. Sorry, apologies, I hit my mic there. They haven't gone for any of the quote-unquote OPs. They've gone for something they think works. I'm looking at Lodge here because I definitely said pick Camille. She's sleeper OP. So if you do win, my PayPal is dunk. Hit me up in that. But then I'm also looking at this Lababes comp and it's just, I think it's such a good comp against them because they have to do, and this is the trick to it. I think they have to do nothing to win.
Right.
Their win condition is let the Bungus boys outplay themselves. Right. If they go in for a fight and they don't hit every single condition, you should win. Yeah. So we'll see what comes out there. Looking at the runes, Kitsune going for Conqueror. I think it's right in this because you're going to see a lot of long fights. Hail of Blades, not so much. I don't agree with that at all. And then the Aftershock, you said don't do it. We're going to see it from some Sajnads on the Poppy.
Dude, that should have been a grasp, man. Okay.
Yep.
That's actually potentially a fatal mistake because Poppy is now going to be
target
become very, very squishy and make Trundle unkillable in the same go if Trundle is aware of the interaction. We're looking at
him real quick.
One ignite as well for the red side here, so that's all of their grievous wounds against a Trundle and a Renekton.
It's all standard items, and no one has gone for boots. I really like that. You don't need it. You're not dodging skill shots. You're just going to be slapping each other. But I love that exhaust. Yeah, I was going to talk about it.
I love the exhaust, yeah. Snowball's not necessary. Like, if you want to get in on the opponent, you're going to be able to do it, or they're going to go in on you. Like, the gap close is not needed. The combat advantage is. I think that's crucial.
Agree. And Kitsune pushing the wave, I think that's kind of an int as well. Like, you don't really need to. He's taking a little bit of poke. Actually dives in. Dive back. And Kitsune on the Renekton will have a lot of that healing as well.
Yeah. It's a little bit, you know, you risk yourself a little bit. That was the pillar. That was the pillar. There you go.
He knows. And he's going in. They're going to heal up a lot. Poppy, the target of oppression,
a little bit deep.
being shut
Poppy's
down.
low. There's the exhaust. Probably on the wrong target, but there you go. They're guaranteeing the kill. And this is what I said. Red side just wait for level 6. Like, your outplay potential comes then.
And they did everything right. We saw the pillar come through. We saw the breaking of shields. We saw massive healing. This Renekton and Trundle comp is such a great counter pick, and I think it worked because they blinded the Renekton because they didn't care what was coming against it, and then the Trundle to counter pick a Poppy coming through. This is such good play from the Lababes, if I say so myself.
I like it. I like it a lot, but that doesn't mean this game's over.
Absolutely.
And Camille is one of those champions where if you just want to sit tight and level up, will benefit, and Renekton won't. So. Again, red side, I don't know why they were fighting early, and also it meant that their one death came through too early, so they aren't able to pick up a bramble vest on the purchase. So
all it is a cloth armor.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough now.
We'll have to see, and
we have to wait.
if the Lababes choose to, they can just wait and kill somebody, and once you get the this is basically a top lane matchup. Once you get the item lead in this matchup, you win. That is it. You just have the better stats.
Red side has level 6 here. They should be trying to force an engage right now.
The thing is, they can see the wave. The Lababes can see the wave that's coming in. They don't have to do anything. They can wait. They get their level 6s, and that window of opportunity is gone now.
I don't think you can hit the turret here either.
Nope.
So I really hope there's no demolish. Okay, there isn't. Poppy stepped close enough. It didn't come up. You know what? That should have been a grasp, or it should have been a guardian. And I really like guardian in 2v2. I think it's super effective.
The Lababes know they can win a fight here. If they see this Poppy ulti once, that's it. That Trundle is going to be a beefcake. Renekton.
It's not even the ulti. It's E. It's W. Like anything that procs CC, that procs the aftershock. Anything is a target for Trundle to know he can press R, and then all of a sudden Poppy's dead.
And actually, I think all the money going towards the Renekton, so I think their contingency plan is to give Renekton the items, and that's a fair assessment, I think, because he's going to be the one that falls off towards the later stages of the game. Oh, he's hiding, and there is 2v1.
Okay, this should be a guaranteed kill. Trundle does manage to get close enough again that he can re-enter the fight before they've killed the Renekton. They didn't quite have enough anti-heal on him. The Ignite was popped, but there just wasn't enough damage. So that was the combo, and it didn't work because he was just too healthy.
And they're going to go back, recuperate. I think Kitsune on the Renekton should definitely step back, get some heals. And ultis are going to be on cooldown. They're effectively synced. But look at this. Look at the summon spells. Everything burnt apart from that Ignite.
I don't know if they picked the right target, by the way.
I think they should have both gone on Poppy.
I don't know if, what I should say, when they ulted someone away, I don't know if Poppy ulted. Should it have been the Renekton? Or should it be the Trundle, who you're not giving any CS and probably won't heal quite as much as the Renekton, therefore isn't as survivable? Obviously, Trundle can steal some...
Oh, that's sneaky. Do they know he's in there?
Probably. I imagine that they can see the effect when he uses it, or maybe hear the sound. I'm not sure. But
they're playing really carefully around it. And the thing is, in a fight with no ultis, I think at this stage...
The Renekton team wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to take it.
Yeah. His ult is effectively here's a bit more health, so you can use your your other abilities, right? Obviously, it still has a big effect, especially against healthier targets, such as the Poppy. With a I think it's percent health shred. It could be flat damage, but
I think that Hail of Blades pick as well is kind of in too, as Trundle steps up.
Deciding not to go for it. Probably just scaring them away from the turret, which they're not going to be hitting anyways. So, yeah, interesting.
Oh, they're in. They locked down the Camille.
Nice.
To get out.
Yeah. Pillar didn't come through correctly, and Poppy just has to run away here. That was wrong. That's, not what... I mean, Poppy was using the E there to get away, which is fine, but...
A set of misplays here. Renekton ulti is
very poor ultimate. Very poor ultimate. Don't go back. No, don't go in. Wait till it's... Why are you going in? Does Poppy have ultimate to knock them away
here?
What
are we watching here?
What is going on? What am I watching right now? Camille ultimate has now been burnt. They weren't under turret range. Camille looking to go in, gets the stun off. They're committing to this Renekton to kill it, but Poppy's far too low. Poppy's just going to die.
Oh, I think Lababes took the game and with both hands threw it towards the Bungus boys. The Bungus boys then caught the game and said, "This isn't ours. Have it back, lads," and chucked it back at them. A big throw coming out. And I think the initial Renekton ulti, I think, was their sign to say, we got something. We can like mismatch their ultis. We're good. And they should have walked back after that. But they went back in for some reason, died, and it's just...
Yeah. It's what we said before. That one was going to be won by mechanical skill and decision-making, funny enough. And the fact that there was a fight pre-6 that cost a death for Red side shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't have been fighting. And then just the very odd use of ultimates and stuff like that, and whether they were going in or not towards the end there. Also, just at the end of the day, it was mechanically worse, or the decision making wasn't quite there. And I think to summarize that game, we'd have to quote Uncle Roger with "Hiya." That's yeah.
I think that is the only response you can have. We're gonna go to a quick break before we give you guys the grand final of Second Wind.
Oh yes,
but
grand final.
Don't go anywhere. We'll come back soon with some more Second Wind action. Peace.